and welcome to our very first episode of Modded Mondays. I am just gonna quickly say this will be a super duper fast one because there's not really much going on here. As such, my character, who only has one other mod of any note, is just the most generic of generic dudes. But that's okay, because we don't need any sort of fighting or anything like that. That's not to say we won't, but you know how it is. So, this is the Beyond Skyrim teams. A little teaser for their upcoming stuff. You have to go to Dawnstar, and when you're in Dawnstar, you run across this new ship. It looks different than most others because it is. And it is the Dawn's Venture, where you have a new merchant inside that sells some very unique stuff. So, let's have a quick look around. It's all just a few clutter items, but nothing crazy. This whole thing, however, nothing counts as owned, so work away, is propped up as a simple look what we're going to do in the future tool, and also doubles up as a useful merchant in a town that doesn't have a merchant, so it actually pans out pretty well. Obviously some things are owned, some things are clutter. Oh, we'll get to you. But the real meat and potatoes of this is down here. Made by the same people who made, of course, Bruma, and are currently making so many other stuff. I'll put a link down in the description below. It will give you unique items, most of which aren't game breaking.
Still in one piece. Maybe it's time to get a shop of my own.
But there's a few things to get you used to all the little goodies you'll get when they finally get around to release things like the Iliac Bay and Morrowind. But as far as lore goes,
next, the Isles, perhaps. Maybe another journey into Black.
I'll let her do the talking. Not him. He's a dude.
Welcome, welcome! Cardona Paulo, traveling purveyor of knickknacks, curios, and whatever takes my fancy. At your service.
Oh. I'll get to this at the end of the video. She is a fantastic collection of trailers for what's to come. Little hints of what to expect in the coming, I'd say it's generous, years. They have a long-term plan for this. What do you have for sale?
Another soon-to-be-satisfied customer.
I'd say the voice on her is pretty good, as is this endless supply of gold. I don't need to play by the rules. Now, you'll notice a lot of weapons, a lot of different weapons, some far more familiar than others, especially in this day and age, but others that you'll definitely recognize from previous Elder Scroll games. But they've also done a few new ones. The Rimini's mace, a silver battle axe. For the most part, it's all the same stats. I am not 100% sure how high up she caps herself, but I do know that you can keep coming back for better and better stuff. Most of it is stuff for your home, a few things that might be useful. I'm almost certain that this will be useful on some of the upcoming stuff. It's basically stuff they've already designed they thought they might as well throw it in. These ones I absolutely love. Even one know how to pronounce it, but it's basically Viking chess. I don't know if they created rules to go with these games, but they've definitely created the set piece. It's a mithril, because you can't have a fantasy game without mithril. Pawns. A bedroll. Strife. Of course, if you come back at later dates, which I will, I'll show you what else there is. But for the most part, it's got to be stuff like this. So let me come back, say, 20 levels from now and show you what we got. Okay, scratch that idea, because I'm level 42 and all her items are the same. So, first things first.
Welcome, welcome.
I'll buy everything.
Well, except the stuff that isn't. I reserve the right to keep some of the stuff I like for my personal collection.
Of course, I have God mode on and a whole lot of money. Fishy sticks. Restore 1 piece of health for 360 seconds. Report 360. Report. Wow. Never have fish fingers been so amazing. Mooncake. I like the look of mooncake. Some of the stuff on this is lovely. Some pottage. Shadow Bash. You might remember Shadow Bash wine. Salt rice, of course, this is all from Morrowind. Little taste of what's to come. Sujian biscuit. Verum, which is a naan bread. Miscellaneous items. But let us go and do something very obvious.
Expect I'll be here a while, so do come back to see what new finds I've chanced upon.
Well, we'll get to finding out all the interesting facts she has, but let's be honest here. I just bought a whole new bunch of weapons. I want to try them out. Let's equip a bamboo stick and an alien war axe. Oh yeah. Hi boy. This is some good exact same animations. Bamboo stick, of course. You get to beat someone with a stick. I mean, how do you say no? Where you coming, bro? I'm not elfie magic for you. But wait, there's less. Oh yeah. Who's up for a paddling? And
This ship will fall into the sea before I let my wares go to the likes of you.
And she is non-killable. Unless, of course, you go through animations. Or perhaps do this. Nope. Well, that's a shame. What do we got? Note from Garen. Ooh, what pray tell is this? You are hired to escort the ship that we talked about. Show this note to allow entrance. Make sure no one enters the upper deck quarters. You get second half of your payment when I, lower cat, arrive. Tenorous. Ooh, I wonder who Tenorous is. Well, that's one of the many things we're going to have to find out at a later date. Because I am now going to turn off my mic and let Cardana do all the talking. Just want to say one thing. This is more or less exactly what we get We needed a merchant in Dawnstar anyway, so I'm glad they didn't just pop into Solitude or like. And, you know, it's kind of cool, especially early on.
Tamriel is so beautifully diverse, just like my wares. Care to take a look?
Of what things may come, but as it is. I've been beating around the bush long enough now. Overall, for starters, I would definitely say pick this up, and more importantly pick up Bruma and pick up all the other mods. I mean, they are free. You'll have to use Nexus. If you ever want, I can give you a quick rundown on how to install Nexus. Tell me in the comments, and you can check the description down below for links to the Beyond Skyrim people. They've been uploading a lot of dev diaries. They work around the clock. I actually managed to talk to one of them once. Very nice person. Put my worries at ease that they work themselves too thin. But I'm willing to wait a bit longer for a high quality product. And I hope you guys are too. In the meantime, we have Bruma, we have this, and before the year's out, we're going to have something else, which of course I'll cover on this channel.
Tamriel is so beautifully diverse, just like my wares. Care to take a look?
Let's have a gander. Let's have a gander. So that said, see you all again soon. Hope you enjoyed our first episode. Next week we will be going to New Vegas, so we're staying in the Bethesdaverse, just not quite in the Bethesdaverse, and not in Elder Scrolls. Now I just have to find out what mod I want to show you. Anyway, enjoy.
Sure. People tend to have loose lips when they're haggling with merchants. Especially ones as charming as me. Anywhere in particular you're curious about? Word in Inequina says that the Remenese regulators have been spotted in Khajiit lands. Slavers. You ever heard of them? I shudder to think what they do to the Khajiit under their yoke. The stuff you see when Dominion soldiers parade through elsewhere beggars belief. They had a Centurat armored up like it was some kind of walking shield for their troops. See anything you like? And you will. Sure. People tend to have loose lips when they're haggling with merchants. Especially ones as charming as me. Anywhere in particular you're curious about? I wish I'd stopped at Yehenna on my way here. The city's come a long way in the last 2 centuries since the Nords ravaged it during the War of the Bendermach. You think the Nordic barrows dotting Skyrim are impressive? Wait until you see one of the Durrani ruins spread around High Rock. Anywhere in particular you're curious about? Honestly, can't tell you how glad I am to be out of Dunmerlands. Nice enough folk, sure, but all their food tastes like feet. Some of it's shaped like feet too. Well, if you're looking for mining work, don't bother in the east. Everything valuable has been locked down by the houses, and everything else isn't worth a Guar's fart. Sure. Anywhere in particular you're curious about? Nicest town in Cyrodiil? Skingrad or Coral? There's something about Skingrad sets off the hair on the back of my neck, something fierce. Shadenhall's a melting pot of strife. When refugees from the Red Year settled there, tensions hit breaking point. The Imperials and Dark Elves with history there think the Ashborn from the east threaten their lifestyle with their archaic ways. Me? I think they should cool down and talk it out over a mug of Flynn. Anywhere in particular you're curious about? I swear, if this is another misguided attempt at flirting with me. But assuming you're sincere. You mean like what? Raskria? I've been there. At Mora, I've heard things. Or were you wondering about Akavir? An old sailor once told me about a captain he knew who claimed to have been to Atmora. Was never off the drink afterwards, whimpering about his sunken ship and what have you. The Ralskrians are really fond of this game. Won one of the boards they use from them. But it's said the game originated in Atmora. And given how towering the Ralskrians are, I'm inclined to believe most of their claims about their connection to Ysgramor's people. Anywhere in particular you're curious about? I swear if... Or were you wondering about... Plenty of miners over there. And miners are known for complaining. But now they're complaining about voices in the dark. Spooky, huh? Heard rumors about an old smith up in the mountains near Fruthal who forges the finest mithril weapons. Been meaning to check it out, though I'm not sure it's worth all that effort just to sell it on later. Sure. Anywhere in particular you're curious? I swear if... Or were you wondering about... I may be a traveling merchant, but do I look like Iris the Explorer from those kids' books? Not planning to head out anytime soon, so if you ever want to chat, or to spend a few drinks, I'm happy. Right.